Soap horizons. And if we go through trials with Jesus at our side, instead of being alone and leaning on our own understanding, then we'll start to change and become who we're meant to be. We're meant to be like Jesus, but the world tries to steer us the complete opposite way. Yeshua was my prime example. I hadn't thought about it before. Yeshua was my prime example. Yeah. People did try to steer me a different way. They always told me I wasn't being right, I wasn't being the way I was supposed to be, wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. And I tried so hard to do it the way they wanted me to. And it just tore me apart. Because I was fighting myself. I was fighting what I really felt. I found out I have always been this way. You've seen the way I am. Can you imagine what it was like before? When I wasn't this way. When I wasn't showing it. You see how intense it is. Finally, I realized they didn't know half a shit. And I had to be a good example for them by just being the real me. I had to be a good example for myself. I got pieces from all of them. Now, after I'm finally being the real me, I get to watch them be them real selves. It was torture before. God's power is made perfect in weakness. Suffering makes us realize how much we need Jesus. Our flesh has a sinful nature full of wickedness, envy, jealousy, slander, hatred, etc. But we must deny our flesh and walk in the Spirit. The real us is the Spirit, and the fruit of the Spirit is joy, peace, love, patience, and forgiveness, etc. We need to focus on Jesus and not the ways of the world. Most of the ways of the world are shit. Envy, jealousy, slander, hatred, lies, deceit. They are all catch-22s because they catch you and keep you locked in a feedback loop. I stayed in that my whole life, because it's what I saw everybody else do. Until finally I couldn't do that anymore. The fruit of the Spirit really is joy, peace, love, patience, and forgiveness. Some people say, you shouldn't forgive them. What, and just be all twisted up like you? No. The last people that tried to slander me, they called themselves out, and they got what was coming to them by their own hand. I don't have anything to hide. There are things I don't tell. But I don't have anything to hide. But they did. Our flesh has a sinful nature. I'm not sure about that one. But I'll tell you this. I had to deal with hypersexuality my whole life. Until I started going through my hardcore spiritual awakening. And it was so frightful for me. The only thing I knew to do was take in a deep breath and hold it until I released it without thinking about it. And I found out that sends the excess sexual energy up to your crown, and then ding, I could think better. And I didn't feel like fucking the next entity that come around the corner. You know how nice it would have been if somebody would have told me I could have done that a long time ago. If somebody would have gave me a copy of the Golden Book of Saint Germain instead of the Bible, that might have been nice too. But I'm grateful for everything I learned of Yeshua through the Bible. But I also see now all the things they left out of it, and all the things they all the things they made wrong in the Bible. They made that book confusing on purpose. They already got what was coming to them. But now the other ones that are perpetuating it still, that know it's full of deceit, they're getting it right now.